Hello, I'm Vincent Maël Cardona. I'm the director of the film No One Will Know, and I'm really happy that this film is a part of the Fantasy Film Fest here in Germany.
Do you play the lottery yourself?
Not really. What's important for me is the existence of the lottery. What this existence means, you know, the fact that some of us play and the other don't is not very relevant for me because the lottery exists. It's there, it's everywhere, and you don't have to play to in a way to dream.
You chose a specific sum. The jackpot is 246 millions of euro. How did you choose this? Does this have a meaning?
There's nothing cryptic in it, but the European lottery, which is the Euro Million, I think, in France, and I don't know the name in Germany, for instance. But this all European lottery, which is the biggest one in Europe, has a limitation of the possible gains. At It's limited at two now right now. It's limited at 250 million euros. You can't win more than that. And so when I had to choose a figure, a number, I chose something a little bit above this limit because I think this limit will increase in the future.
If there was a trigger for you to tell this story, if there was an urge, or did you hear or read about a special case, or was there something like that?
I think is the reading of a book from Georges Perec. It's a French author from the a book from the 60s, actually from the 1964. It's his first novel, and it's called The Things. And it's a novel, but in the same times, it's as it looks like a study of the mental landscape, I would say, of a young couple in the beginning of the 60s in France, in Paris. And this period is a bright moment for the society of consumer society. Yeah. And what Perec said in this book, what struck me, what I think is very important, is he has this sentence. He says, "The immensity of their desires uh, paralyzed them."
You're talking about human greed and what greed can destroy us or will destroy us. Is it something you think thought of it too, or?
Of course, we're using greed in this scenario, in this story, but to me, it's not the main causes. It's not the main force. I mean, greed. We it's it's at the base of a lot of stories, and of course, greed is a problem. Of course, greed lead to conflicts and lead to bad actions. Of course, but this has always been the case. It's an old sin. It's an old problem with sapiens, with our species, with who we are. And in this film, of course, there's greed, but to me, it's not the main problem. I think what I think nowadays, for the world we live in, greed is not the problem number one. I would say that problem number one is our addiction to fiction, is how we are not in control of the pleasure we how much we enjoy thinking of the possible lives we could have. I think this is more dangerous because and we can see it already. Like at the end of this process, we won't be able to talk about what links us, because we are not going to be we are not going to be able to agree on facts, on reality, because we all have our own perception, and this is way more dangerous than greed.
What is important for your cinema to be as fantasy in your cinema? How is it important for you, and how close to reality do you want to be?
Obviously, this is the key point of this film. No one will know, because cinema is at the center of those problems, of this thinking process. To say it on a simple way, I would say that I think fiction is what could save us. Is a very important thing for us. It's maybe the best we can. We can do, and in the same time fiction has a dark side, has an evil part in it, like I think maybe everything is nothing is perfect, nothing is pure good, it's always it's always a mix. But fiction, for as I'm concerned with this film, is particular. I try to serve both aspects of fiction in the film. I try to pay tribute to everything I love, and everything I think we must be accountable for fiction. And in the same time, I try to point the dangerous, the slippery side of fiction.
Why you chose the bar as a setting?
First of all, I chose the bar as a setting for this story, because it is place. It is a symbolic place. It is a place where we still meet everyone, and we are living in societies that are where a group of people, group of interest, group of taste, group of means, I think, more, are very separate, and you find less and less places where everyone can mingle, can mix, can meet. So that's not very good quality meetings, or interconnection, but those connection exist. I mean, in this type of place in France, the like richness meets extreme poverty in the same place, and that's very that's for me that's very much interesting, and also it's a very theatrical setting, a bar. You When you enter in the bar, you are a character, either you want it or not. You wear on yourself with your attributes who you are, and in a very quick moment you are summarized to this to this role. You're playing a role, and I like those type of places. They are interesting, and it was quite perfect for as a symbol, as a working symbol for what I tried to do with this film.
And I was wondering, are you not a fan of happy endings, or why did you end it like this?
Oh, I'm a fan of happy endings, of any kind of satisfying endings. The thing is that, to me, what interested me in this story is precisely to make it believable through the film, trying to make this positive possible in outcome believable. I wanted, in a way, that the audience and myself as a first spectator could believe until the end that maybe they will find a way to s'en sortir, to get out. But I added an element in this recipe, which is that I wanted to that this make it believe that to that every time it is harder and harder for them and for us to believe it. So this is exactly what I tried to do with this particular film. That you start with a situation that is quite hard to believe in the beginning because you add two extreme Deus ex machina elements. First, someone wins the big win at the lottery. Yeah, okay. And then this person dies out of a lost bullet. Like, this is two miracles in the same time. So this is not you don't want to believe a story like this. You know, if I tell you this story, you say I don't. You know, that's what is this? This not possible. This is exactly the kind of story in the real world where you say, oh, reality is always stronger than fiction. Kind of you know this kind of mood. Exactly. So we start with this, and then the structure of the story works with death, you know, multiple death. We also which are eliminations of our characters, so simplification of the story, and also something of the pressure, the tension that you know goes stronger to the remaining characters. They feel the trap, and this follows the continuity of the film. We know that the story, when we watch a film, we always know that it's going somewhere. It's going to end. It's you know it's finishing from the first minute. It start to finish. You know in a way. So I wanted to have this feeling, and every death in the film make the film, the argument, more unbelievable every time until some points in the films when honestly it's it's very hard to you know to stay with it and that was really important. I'm really I like this is the you know the place of the experiment, and I feel the place of the true singularity of this film and this project is about uh, how you are watching characters that try to believe in their story. As you, as an audience, you are fighting to believe in the film and to make and to play with these parallel lines.
About the visuals of the film. It's the story is set in the early morning hours and always inside or nearly always inside. And so I was wondering if you could say a few things. What were the most important things for the concept for the
About this concept, it was clear for us from the beginning that the problem is inside outside because it's a huis clos. You know, this is a concept film about okay, and we wanted I wanted to we worked on the idea of this film should the experience of the film should resemble or look should look alike the experience of going to see a movie in a theater. This was the idea. So you come into the theater from the outside, and then you're inside, and you have trouble of going out. And then when it's finished, when you go out, or more precisely, yeah, when you go out, then you feel something at the same time very much familiar and very much and so strange. Everything is the same and everything is different. I think this is what happened when you see a good film. When you go to the theater and you see a very good film. When you go out after the end of the movie, after the credits, you push the door and you go in the streets and everything is the same, but everything is different. um, and this difference disappear, sometimes after. But this moment is so precious. I love this feeling, and we try to work on this. So to answer your question on the visual, on the lighting point of view, we always had this idea of we are we're coming in the bar in this early morning, so it's still night, kind of like mixed with day, but still night, the end of the night. And when we go out at the end, it's still night. It's almost night. So you feel the same, but it's a very different same, kind of. This was the idea. And as you mentioned it, in the film, you have little moments where you go out, but mm, uh, but when you're out during the film, so it's daylight, but either way, it's just alternative scenarios. So fiction, pure imagination, like fake reality, or when it's reality, you're still inside. You're inside a car. You're not. You're still behind glasses.
Would you say that you have cinematographic references you are inspired of, or genres maybe, or that feel close to
A lot of different sources of inspiration, of course. But for this film in particular, I don't have one reference or one group of film or one school that was a key influence for the film, because precisely this film, no one will know, is precisely a film that plays with the memories of fictions, of precedent fiction. So it mix in the images of the film. The images use memories of a very different type of films.